Silo Tabernacle atau tenda kemah pertemuan. Jadi ini kira-kira begini. Ya, di situ. Shalom, sekarang saya ada di area C dari West Bank. How you call silo? Silo or silo?
Silo.
Ah.
This is
I heard also the like para aduma right here.
They are, and honestly,
Yeah.
I did not know about it.
Oh really? Right.
We were out early this morning. Had a very busy day.
The Basilica. Oh, I think he's talking about this one.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Gereja Bizantin tahun 600 di sini. Ketemu dua orang baik yang jadi guide saya hari ini. Ini bekas gereja Basilika Bizantin. Ini buktinya mosaik Bizantin. Gereja Bizantin tadi. Oh, ya. Altar, fragmen dari altar. Cukup besar ya gereja Bizantin di sini. Dan peninggalannya masih ada nih. Masih bagus. Mosaik Bizantin. Ini Corinthian pilar Korintus, tipikal dari pilar Yunani. So Byzantine has two big churches here, one over there and one over here.
Yeah.
So apparently it was a church, and then they turned it into a mosque.
Yeah.
Now we can go up this side, or we can go up the middle, and we can come down.
Yeah. Maybe left. Shiloh is the capital of Israel on the time of Joshua. It's the capital of Israel. Ini tempat tinggal di zaman Bizantin. Jadi ada 4 ruangan di sini, kamar.
They also were, the Willamette Valley became becoming wine, so she would find these articles related. Very interesting.
So on the sign it says Byzantine period.
Byzantine.
Yes. So big settlement here is a lot of from Byzantine era. Yeah. Ya, jadi itu tadi yang kita ke sana, tabernacle atau tenda kemah pertemuan. Jadi ini kira-kira begini. Ya, di situ. Di tanah datar luas ini. Kira-kira kemah pertemuannya itu di sini, tabernacle. Tempat ini dikenal juga sebagai tempat di mana Hana berdoa untuk meminta anak. Ini di tempat ini, di Shiloh ini. Dan Tuhan memberikan anak kepadanya, walaupun dia secara manusiawi tidak bisa punya anak, tetapi Tuhan mengabulkan doanya. Di Shiloh ini. Ini peninggalan dari zaman raja-raja. Kingdom of Israel, kerajaan Israel. Ini rumah. Ada 2 rumah dikatakan di sini. Dan dikatakan di sini juga bahwa di sebelah barat ada tanah pertanian. Farm field, perkebunan atau agraria. Ini tulisan Hebrew. Kalau ada yang bisa membaca dan mengertinya, boleh kasih komen dan translate buat kita. Ini rute dari kanan City Wall. Jadi sebelum Yosua di sini kan, tempat ini adalah tempatnya orang Kanaan, penduduk sebelum Yosua datang. Ya, ini peninggalan dari zaman hakim-hakim, rumah dengan gudang penyimpanan. Oke. Jadi menurut arkeologi ini adalah peninggalan dari zaman hakim-hakim. Jadi hakim-hakim adalah zaman setelah Yosua, ya. Zaman setelah Yosua, dan berarti ada bukti bahwa orang Yahudi bertinggal di Shiloh pada zaman hakim-hakim tersebut. Itu berarti sekitar 1300 sebelum Masehi. Ya, ini adalah peninggalan arkeologi zaman First Temple Period, yaitu di zaman Raja Salomon, 1000 sebelum Masehi. Jadi ada juga peninggalan itu jars dan houseware, porselin di tempat ini pada zaman itu 800 sebelum Masehi, atau zamannya raja-raja ya, zaman raja-raja Israel, zaman Salomon dan seterusnya. Rumah di zaman kitab raja-raja. Nanti kita bisa lihat juga peninggalan porselen itu di museum dekat sini. Oh, jadi kira-kira ini ya modelnya. Rumah ini kira-kira modelnya seperti ini. Pintunya, ruangan-ruangannya. Jadi ada 4 ruangan di rumah ini. Ya, ini disebutkan storehouse, yaitu tempat penyimpanan bahan makanan, karena ditemukan juga jars dan lain sebagainya pada zaman first time period atau di zaman Kingdom of Israel, zaman raja-raja, zaman raja-raja, dan juga di zaman Judges atau zaman hakim-hakim. Ini apa ini? Wall and storerooms pada zaman Kanaan. Ini malah sebelum zamannya bangsa Yahudi ke tempat ini. Di sini. Ini yang ini ya. The wall dan storeroom. Yang ini kali. Underground room, dan juga ditemukan tempat persembunyian pada waktu tahun 70 itu ya. Tahun 70 dan tahun 130 ada revolt, pemberontakan Yahudi terhadap orang Romawi. Mereka menemukan underground room di sini. Ini tempat persembunyian dari orang Romawi. Ini di tahun sekitar 70. Wow. Tuh. Situ ada lagi. Ya, mereka sembunyi sini. Oh, ini bawah tanah. Mungkin tempat penyimpanan makanan dan lain-lain. Di situ ada lagi ruangan persembunyian, gua-gua begitu. Itu ada lagi. Di zaman revolt, pemberontakan melawan Romawi, tempat persembunyian. Ini ya. Nih tadi gua ini juga tempat persembunyian. Oke. Oke, ini saya ada di museumnya Shiloh. Dari ini kita lihat peninggalannya zaman Muslim, Roman, Bizantin, First Temple, Kanaan, juga ada di zaman hakim-hakim. Ini apa, tembikarnya ya, porselen tembikar. Lalu ini zaman Kanaan ya, ditemukan ini. Kanaan 2000 tahun sebelum Masehi, tembikar ditemukan untuk minum. Peninggalan zaman itu, ini zaman hakim-hakim, temukan ini. Tahun 1050 sebelum Masehi, Filistin menghancurkan Shiloh, mengambil itu tabut perjanjian dan menghancurkan kemah pertemuan ya, menghancurkan Shiloh. Raja Daud mendirikan, merebut Yerusalem dan menjadikan Yerusalem sebagai kapitol. Jadi settlement pada zaman Nabi Akhia. Ini bilang apa ini? Stop.
Oh, welcome, my friends. Welcome, my friends. Many people come here, so everybody's welcome. Pleased to meet you. I am Benjamin, son of Hananiah, son of Elazar, son of all kinds of others, and son of Shimon the shopkeeper. He was here back when everybody made use of this show. Maybe you already met him. Now, there aren't many Jews here, almost all fled out of the Philistines. David made Jerusalem his capital city, and built the Holy Ark there. King Solomon built the temple there, and Shimon, well, it was forgotten. Never mind, I actually like it, you know. And then it's strange, nobody pays attention anymore. Even when Jerusalem was destroyed, nobody came back here. In truth, was able to find.
Bisa menyebutkan di description ini bahwa di sini lokasi biblical Shiloh. Zaman Muslim, zaman Islam, dan kemudian di zaman peninggalan di zaman British sampai sekarang. Alright. dia ngomong apa ya.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Ikram, the Shimmer. And say, Ikram of, well done, of Shimmer. Incidentally, until recently, I was Ikram the Emperor. That is, Ikram of the region that today we call Syria. Yes, yes. Yes, can I help you? Do you have an appointment? Because I'm Shimon the Storekeeper. I'm the supervisor of donations to the tabernacle. For the reasons why people have to pay a tithe. 10% of what they grow and bring here to show to pay for the tabernacle or their priests. And of course, offering sacrifices. It isn't easy. 3 times a year they come on pilgrimage here to Shiloh, all the tribes. Thousands of people are all over the country. Someone has to manage all this, don't they? Did you bring your tie? Good, put it over there. And join the queue for prayers. From the end, my friend, from the end. The last to come is always at the end. Someone to ask something. Choose a subject I will answer. I don't have much time, so come on, man. Did you bring your time?
Where God dwells, where heaven and earth meet. It's time to go out and settle throughout the land.
Praying for a child.
Don't you worry. Elohim will give you a son. Everyone deserves a child that he can be proud of. Hundreds of years later, when the Jewish sages explain what a true prayer is, a prayer that comes from the heart, they will mention this moment and this prayer, Hannah's prayer. Years go by, but the vow isn't forgotten. Hannah comes back again to the tabernacle at Eli, the high priest, now with a child. She names him Samuel, in Hebrew, borrowed from God.
This is Samuel. This is the child I prayed for. He was destined to grow up here.
He is destined for greatness. You ready?
Let me know what you want to do. All right, I mean, it's done. All right? Okay. All right, so bye.
Kipat Haskina. But this is from the early Islamic. So
Yeah.
it's around 600 AD, right? Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so part of it is even as late as the 1300s.
Yeah. Oh.
So
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of new.
so relatively speaking, yes. There was the suspicion that the Aron Kodesh, the tabernacle,
Yeah.
was here, but I think they've decided no. And you can walk around here.
Yeah. This is the maps.
When the Torah says red cows, she means like reddish brown cows. Like in Hebrew, the word red and the word brown, it's like they're similar, like aduma and adama. It's there isn't so much words for colors in the Torah. So red, it's actually all the colors between yellow to brown, sort of. So combine all together, all the terms, and make it very difficult to find. And also in these days, each cow that is born has to have tag on the ear. So from day one, she has a blemish, she has a moon in Hebrew. So how we brought here 5 red heifers. So there is a group from Jerusalem that looks all over Israel for a red cow, and we didn't find anyone. I can't recognize that. So they're here waiting.
So this is already old, like it's a big one, right?
Yeah, but I've heard that like this is like the maximum size.
Oh,
like
maximum
they're not
size.
Get bigger
Oh.
than that.
Wow.
They're around 3 years old. Like the age, the maximum age I've heard that of cows that's like 40 years old.
Oh.
You can see that they are kind of red. It's not brown as beautiful color. Yeah, it's not brown as a mud or a tree.
Red heifer.
You can see that they have some color that it's red.